If anyone asked Somi when her life truly split into before and after, she would not mention a car accident, a funeral, or a job promotion. She would mention a Sunday afternoon under a mango tree behind her aunt's house. The day she met Sei again as an adult, and her heart behaved like it had no manners. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from. Somi had come home because her mother insisted. You can't keep hiding in Lagos like a stranger, Mama Nene said on the phone. Your cousin is doing her introduction. People will ask for you. So Somi packed a small boxy bag, wore a simple dress, and returned to Adabirai, one of those towns that still felt like gossip traveled faster than motorcycles. She arrived to the smell of stew and the sound of women singing. She was helping arrange chairs when a familiar laugh reached her, deep and warm, like a song you didn't know you missed. She turned. Sei stood by the gate, holding 2 crates of drinks like they weighed nothing. His sleeves were rolled up, and his hair was brushed back in that careless way that never looked careless. He looked older than the boy Somi remembered, but his eyes were the same, steady, bright, like he was always watching for the truth behind people's words. Their eyes met, and Somi forgot to breathe. Somi, he said softly, as if the name tasted like memory. She swallowed. Sei. He stepped closer, set the crates down, and wiped his palm on his jeans before reaching for her. You came. Ah, I didn't come, she lied. They dragged me. Sei laughed once low. So you still talk like that. And you still smile like you know secrets. For a moment, there was only the hum of a crowd, the clatter of plates, and the quiet pull between them. Old as childhood but sharper now, like something grown teeth. Their mothers ruined the moment. Somi, Mama Nene called, waving her hand as if she was sending away a fly. Why are you standing there like a statue? Go and greet elders. Somi forced herself to move, to greet, to smile. But through the greetings, through the speeches and prayers, she felt Sei's presence like a hand resting gently on her back. Later, when the sun began to cool and the women took turns dancing, Somi escaped to the backyard for air. She found Sei there already, leaning against a wall, looking at the sky like he was arguing with it. You're hiding, he said without turning. So are you. I'm not hiding, he replied. I'm thinking. Somi folded her arms. About what? He finally faced her. About how some people leave and still keep their name in your mouth. Somi's chest tightened. Sei. He stepped closer, careful, like he didn't want to scare her. I heard you're doing well in Lagos. You heard wrong. Lagos is doing me. That made him smile again, but it faded quickly. Somi, can I say something without you running? She tried to joke. Depends. Are you about to insult me? No, his voice dropped. I wanted to look for you years ago. Somi's throat burned. Why didn't you? His jaw clenched. Because your uncle told my father something. Something that made everyone start acting like my name was a curse. Somi stared. What did he say? Sei's eyes were hard now, not with anger at her, but at the memory. He said my family is not stable. He said my mother's past will follow her children. He said I would grow up to be a problem. Somi felt heat rush to her face. That's not fair. It wasn't. Sei exhaled. But I was young. I didn't know how to fight adults who talk like they are God. Somi's hands trembled. She remembered whispers, how aunties lowered their voices whenever Sei's mother walked past. How people could be cruel with smiles. I'm sorry, Somi whispered. Don't be sorry, he said. You didn't do it. But I believed it, she admitted, and the confession tasted bitter. I didn't ask questions. I just let it happen. Sei looked at her for a long time. Then he said, and now? Somi's eyes stung. Now I'm standing in front of you, and I don't know what to do with myself. Sei reached out, touched her wrist lightly, as if asking permission. Then start with the truth. Her voice came out small. The truth is, I never forgot you. His fingers closed gently around her wrist. Neither did I. Something changed in the air, soft, dangerous, sweet. Somi pulled her hand back, like she was afraid of catching fire. Sei, don't. Don't what? Don't say the things that will make me weak. Sei stepped even closer. Somi, you're not weak. You don't understand, she whispered. My family. I know, he cut in. They said no before anything even started. Somi's breath shook. And they will say no again. Sei's eyes softened. Then let them say it. Our hearts will still be here. That line should have been cheesy, but coming from him, it sounded like a vow. Somi pressed her lips together, fighting the smile that wanted to escape. You think love is that simple? No, he said. I think love is that stubborn. That night, Somi lay in her childhood room listening to the ceiling fan, and her heart behaved like a drum. She told herself she would return to Lagos and forget the way Sei's fingers felt on her skin. She told herself she would be sensible. She told herself many lies. 2 days later, Sei showed up in Lagos. She met him outside her office, shocked. Are you mad? He grinned. A little. Why are you here? Because if I don't come now, you'll hide again. He held up a small nylon bag. I brought you roasted groundnuts from the woman near your aunt's junction. You always liked it. Somi's eyes widened. You remember that? I remember too many things, he said quietly. Come. Let me walk you to lunch. Somi should have refused. But her feet moved as if they belonged to someone else. They began with small things, lunch, texts, late-night calls that lasted too long. They spoke about childhood, about dreams, about the kind of pain that makes you quiet. Sei told her he was building a logistics business, small but growing. Somi told him she was tired of chasing promotions that didn't hug her back. Then the love grew teeth. One evening, they sat in Somi's apartment. The power was out, and the only light came from 2 candles on the table. Sei watched her like he was trying to memorize her face. Somi, he said. I want to be serious. Her stomach flipped. What does that mean? It means I don't want to keep loving you in secret. Somi's fingers tightened around her cup. Sei, I want to meet your mother properly. I want to do things the right way. Somi felt fear and joy fight inside her. My mother will not agree. Sei nodded slowly. Then let her hear it from me. Somi shook her head hard. No. If you go there, they will insult you. Let them, Sei said. I have been insulted before. It didn't kill me. But it will hurt, she whispered. Sei reached across the table and held her hand properly this time, firm and warm. Somi, I can carry the hurt. I just can't carry losing you. The words broke something in her. Tears rose before she could stop them. Oh God, she breathed, laughing through tears. Why do you talk like this? Because I'm tired of being silent, he said. And because you are not a small thing to me. Somi wiped her eyes. Okay. Sei blinked. Okay. Okay, she repeated, voice shaking. We will tell them. The next weekend, Somi returned home with Sei. They barely made it past the gate before Mama Nene's face changed. She looked at Sei, looked at Somi, looked again. Somi, who is this? Somi tried to sound calm. Mama, this is Sei. Don't say it, Mama Nene snapped, already knowing. Don't. Sei bowed politely. Good afternoon, Ma. Mama Nene did not answer his greeting. Instead, she turned to Somi with a voice that could cut yam. Is it this boy? After all the people in Lagos? Is it this boy from that family? Somi's throat tightened. Mama, please. No. Mama Nene's eyes flashed. Have you forgotten what your uncle said? Have you forgotten how his mother? Mama, Somi pleaded. That was years ago. It's still the same blood, Mama Nene said. Somi, do you want to bring shame into this house? Sei's face remained calm, but Somi felt his hand tremble beside her. He spoke gently. Ma, with respect, I came because I want to marry Somi. Mama Nene laughed once, sharp, insulting. Marry? You. You will marry my daughter over my dead body. Somi felt the ground shift. Mama. Mama Nene pointed at Sei like he was a stain. Leave. Leave this compound before I disgrace you. Sei's jaw tightened. He turned to Somi, eyes heavy. Somi. Somi's tears spilled. Please don't go. But Sei stepped back, voice low. I don't want to be the reason they beat you with words. Mama Nene shouted. Let him go. If you follow him, don't return to this house. Somi froze, caught between love and family, like a rope pulled from both ends. Sei looked at her one last time, pain behind his calm. I'll call you, he said. Then he walked out. Somi stood in the yard shaking, while Mama Nene breathed hard like she had just won a war. That night, Somi cried until her chest hurt. And when her phone buzzed, she snatched it. Sei, I'm outside. Just for 2 minutes. Somi slipped out quietly, heart racing. She found him by the roadside, under a streetlight, hands in his pockets, eyes red. He spoke first. I'm sorry. Somi's voice broke. For what? For loving me? Sei swallowed. For putting you in that position. Somi stepped closer. Sei, we can't stop now. Sei's eyes searched hers. Are you sure? Somi nodded, tears shining. My family said no, but my heart refuses to let go. Sei exhaled like he was holding his breath for years. Then hold on to me too. He pulled her into his arms, and Somi clung to him like a prayer. But behind them, the compound gate creaked open. Mama Nene's voice cut the night. Somi. Somi turned, caught. And in that moment, she knew part 2 would not be gentle. Somi did not sleep that night. She sat on her bed, staring at the wall while the house breathed around her. Somewhere in the living room, her mother paced, making phone calls in a low voice, calling aunties, calling elders, calling anyone who could help reset Somi's head. In the morning, Mama Nene entered Somi's room without knocking. Pack your things, she said. Somi blinked. Where am I going? Mama Nene's eyes were hard. You're going back to Lagos. And you will stop seeing that boy. Somi sat up. Mama, I'm an adult. Mama Nene scoffed. Adult? An adult that wants to disgrace her mother? Somi's voice trembled, but she refused to lower it. Mama, it's not disgrace to love someone. Mama Nene's lips curled. Love. Love. You children worship love like it is God. What will love do for you when his family trouble enters your marriage? Somi swallowed. What trouble? Mama Nene pointed a finger. Ask your uncle. Ask the elders. That family is not clean. Somi's chest tightened. Mama, you don't even know him. I know enough, Mama Nene snapped. I know blood. Somi stood slowly. Then know my blood too. Because my blood is telling me I want Sei. Mama Nene stared, shocked, then her hand moved fast. Slap. The sound cracked the room open. Somi touched her cheek, eyes wide. Not because of pain, because of betrayal. Mama Nene's breath shook. If you say that name again in this house, I will curse you. Somi's eyes filled. Mama. Mama Nene's voice dropped into something more dangerous. Somi, I suffered to raise you. I begged to send you to school. I carried you on my back. Is this how you repay me? By choosing a man I said no to. Somi's tears slid down. I'm not trying to hurt you. You are hurting me, Mama Nene said. And you will stop. Somi stared at her mother, feeling like she was looking at a stranger wearing her mother's face. By afternoon, Somi returned to Lagos under supervision. Her aunt insisted on staying with her for a week to monitor her. Somi felt trapped in her own apartment. She tried to call Sei. Her aunt sat like a guard. You're still calling him? Auntie Rima hissed. After what your mother said? Somi's voice was cold. Auntie, please. This is my life. Auntie Rima laughed. Life? Your life belongs to your family until you marry. And even after, we still have a share. Somi wanted to scream, but she swallowed it. She waited until midnight, when her aunt slept. Then she called Sei. He picked immediately, voice rough with worry. Somi. Tears rushed out of her. Sei, I'm sorry. I know, he said quickly. Don't explain. Are you okay? Somi laughed bitterly. I'm not bleeding, if that's what you mean. Sei went quiet. Did she hit you? Somi hesitated, then whispered. Yes. Sei's breathing changed. Somi. Don't, Somi said, wiping her face. Don't let anger push you into foolishness. I won't, Sei promised, voice tight. But I can't stand this. Somi's throat burned. So what do we do? Sei exhaled slowly. We plan like adults. We stay calm. We show them we are serious. Somi sniffed. They don't want seriousness. They want control. Sei's voice softened. Then we will become the kind of love they can't bully. Somi closed her eyes, clinging to his words like a lifeline. I miss you. I'm coming tomorrow, Sei said. No, Somi whispered quickly. If they see you, they'll call my mother, and the whole village will hear. Sei's voice dropped. Then meet me somewhere. 10 minutes. I just need to see you with my eyes. Somi's heart hammered. Okay. The next day, Somi lied and said she was going to buy groceries. She met Sei at a quiet cafe near a bank. Public enough to be safe, private enough to breathe. When he saw her, his eyes darkened with pain. Your cheek. It's fine, Somi lied. Sei's jaw clenched. It's not fine. Somi sat opposite him, hands shaking. Sei, if we do this, it will be war. Sei leaned forward. Then we fight with respect. But we don't surrender. Somi's eyes filled. What if they disown me? Sei paused. That one question carried the weight of everything. He spoke carefully. Somi, I will never ask you to lose your family for me. Somi's lips trembled. But it might happen. Sei reached across the table and held her fingers. If it happens, I will not leave you alone inside it. Somi looked down at their hands. Say it again. Sei's eyes held hers. I will not leave you. Somi nodded slowly, like she was accepting a hard medicine. Weeks passed like this. Secret meetings, careful calls, love growing stronger in the dark. Somi's aunt returned to the village, but her mother increased pressure. Mama Nene began sending Somi pictures of men. This one is a banker in Abuja. This one's father has land. This one's mother is a deaconess. Somi stopped responding. Then the real attack came. One Saturday, Somi arrived home from work to find two women sitting in her living room. One was her mother's friend. The other was a prophetess, head wrapped, eyes sharp. Somi froze. What is this? Mama Nene's voice came from the kitchen. Sit down. Somi's stomach dropped. Mama, what are you doing in my house? Mama Nene entered, eyes firm. We came to pray. Somi's voice rose. Pray for what? Mama Nene looked her in the eye. To remove that boy from your spirit. Somi's blood turned cold. Leave my house. The prophetess clicked her tongue. The girl is stubborn. That's how spiritual husbands enter. Somi snapped. Madam, keep quiet. Mama Nene's face hardened. Don't talk to elders like that. Somi stood tall, shaking. This is my house. You cannot ambush me here. Mama Nene's voice broke slightly. Somi, I'm trying to save you. Somi's eyes burned. You're not saving me. You're strangling me. Mama Nene's lips trembled. Then she made a call right there. Hello, she said into the phone. Elder Kojo? Yes, it's me. We need a family meeting. That girl is refusing. That night, Somi called Sei, voice panicked. They're calling elders. They want to shame me. Sei was quiet for a moment, then said, Then we stop hiding. Somi's heart raced. What do you mean? Sei's voice was steady. We do our own introduction. Somi gasped. Without their blessing? I will still go and greet them, Sei said. But Somi, we can't keep living like thieves. Somi's hands trembled. Mama will disown me. Sei's words were gentle but firm. Somi, do you want to be 50 and still asking permission to love? Somi's eyes filled. She whispered, No. Then choose, Sei said softly. Not between me and them. Choose between fear and truth. Somi covered her mouth, tears falling. She remembered her mother's slap. The prophetess in her living room. The pictures of strangers. The way her own home began to feel like a cage. Somi inhaled and said the words that changed everything. Okay, we will do it. Sei exhaled like relief. I'll prepare my family. Somi whispered, I'm scared. I know, Sei said. But I'm with you. 2 weeks later, they traveled to Adabirai together again. This time not to ask for permission like children, but to declare intention like adults. Sei wore a simple native outfit. Somi wore a plain dress and carried gifts. They entered the family house and found elders already seated, faces serious. Mama Nene did not greet Somi. She looked at Sei like he was an insult. Sei bowed. Good evening, sirs. Good evening, Ma. Elder Kojo cleared his throat. Young man, we heard you are disturbing this girl. Sei spoke calmly. Sir, I love Somi. I want to marry her. I came with respect. An auntie hissed. Respect? You're bringing your mother's shame here. Somi flinched. Sei's eyes sharpened. With respect, Ma, my mother's past is not my character. Mama Nene stood up suddenly. You will not lecture us in our house. Sei held his hands open, voice steady. I'm not lecturing. I'm asking for a chance to be judged by my own life. The elders murmured. Elder Kojo leaned forward. Somi, is this what you want? Somi swallowed, voice shaking but clear. Yes, sir. Mama Nene's face crumpled like paper. Then you are no longer my daughter, Mama Nene said, voice loud final. If you marry him, don't step in my compound again. The room went silent. Somi felt her heart rip open. Mama, she whispered, stepping forward. Please. Mama Nene pointed at the door. Leave. Sei moved closer to Somi, protective. Somi's legs trembled. Her eyes burned. But she turned, walked out with Sei, and did not look back, because if she looked back, she would run back, and she knew she couldn't. Outside, under the same sky that once felt soft, Somi broke down. Sei held her, whispering, I'm here. I'm here. And Somi cried like grief and love were the same thing. In Lagos, Somi stopped eating properly. She went to work, smiled at colleagues, answered emails, and came home to silence that tasted like punishment. She had chosen love, yes. But she had also lost her mother's voice. And no matter how strong Somi tried to be, some nights she lay on her bed and shook, whispering into the dark. Mama, please forgive me. Like prayer could travel across stubbornness. Sei did not pretend it was easy. He cooked when Somi forgot. He sat with her when she stared at nothing. He held her when she woke up from dreams where her mother turned her back and walked away again and again. One night, Somi sat on the floor of the living room, hugging her knees. "Maybe I should go back," she said, voice small. Sei sat beside her, careful. "To apologize?" Somi nodded, tears shining. "Maybe if I beg enough, she'll accept." Sei's chest rose and fell slowly. "Somi, I won't stop you from trying." Somi looked at him. "You won't be angry?" Sei shook his head. "I don't want to be the wall between you and your mother." Somi's lips trembled. "But what if she makes me choose again?" Sei's eyes were sad but steady. "Then we'll face it again. Together." Somi's tears fell. "Sei, why are you good to me like this?" Sei smiled faintly. "Because I love you. And because I know what it means to be judged for things you didn't do." They traveled to Adabirai quietly, without announcement. Somi hoped surprise would soften her mother's anger. But when Somi walked into the compound, Mama Nene's face went stone. "You came," Mama Nene said flatly. Somi knelt immediately, voice breaking. "Mama, please." Mama Nene did not move. "Stand up." Somi shook her head. "Mama, I'm sorry." Mama Nene's eyes glistened, but her voice remained hard. "Sorry for what?" "For disgracing me." Somi sobbed. "I didn't want to disgrace you. I love him." Mama Nene's lips curled. "Love? Again?" Somi lifted her head, tears dripping. "Mama, he is kind. He is serious. Mama Nene cut in. "Kind men become monsters when poverty enters." Somi swallowed. "Mama, Sei is not poor." Mama Nene's gaze sharpened. "So now you think money will save you?" Somi flinched. "No. I think character will." Mama Nene's hands trembled. "Somi, you think I'm your enemy?" Somi whispered, "No." "Then why did you embarrass me before elders?" Mama Nene demanded. Somi's shoulders shook. "Because you didn't listen." Mama Nene's voice broke, just a little. "Because you didn't obey." Silence fell between them, heavy with years. Sei stayed outside the gate, respecting the mother-daughter space, but ready to step in if Somi called. Somi pressed her forehead to the ground. "Mama, I'm begging you. I'm still your daughter." Mama Nene's breath shook. She turned away, wiping her face quickly. "If you are my daughter, leave that boy." Somi froze. Her heart pounded. Her stomach twisted. "Mama," she whispered, "I can't." Mama Nene turned back, eyes wet and furious. "Then go." Somi's throat closed. "Mama, go." Mama Nene shouted, voice cracking. "Go and marry him and see what happens. When you come back crying, I will remind you of today." Somi rose slowly, trembling. "Mama." Mama Nene pointed to the gate. "Leave my compound." Somi stumbled out like a person pushed off a cliff. Outside, Sei caught her before she fell. "She didn't accept," Somi whispered, broken. Sei held her close. "I know." On the ride back to Lagos, Somi stared out the window, watching the road blur. Her heart felt like a child that had been punished for wanting warmth. Months later, Somi and Sei married quietly. No big crowd. No dancing aunties from Somi's side. No mother's blessing. Just witnesses, a pastor, and a love that had bruises. After the ceremony, Somi stood in her small kitchen wearing a simple ring, smiling through tears. Sei came behind her and wrapped his arms around her waist. "Mrs. Ao," he teased softly, using the surname they agreed on together. Somi laughed weakly. "Don't call me that. It sounds like trouble." Sei kissed her temple. "It sounds like home." Somi's smile faded. "Do you think my mother will ever forgive me?" Sei didn't lie. "I don't know." Somi's eyes filled. "Sometimes I feel like I did something evil." Sei turned her gently to face him. "Somi, you chose love. That is not evil." Somi whispered. "But it cost me my mother." Sei's voice softened. "Then we will build a life so steady that one day, she will see it and her fear will be ashamed." Somi stared at him. "You still believe she will come back?" Sei nodded. "Because love is stubborn." Somi laughed sadly. "Our hearts refuse to let go." "Yes," Sei said. "And one day, that stubbornness will heal the wound." But healing did not come quickly. 1 year passed. Then another. Somi's calls went unanswered. Gifts returned unopened. Messages ignored. Some nights, Somi sat on the balcony and watched other families visit each other, laughing, carrying food, sharing life like it was easy. Then she would go inside and cry quietly so Sei wouldn't feel guilty for being loved. Until one afternoon, everything changed with one phone call. Somi's aunt called, voice shaking. Somi, your mother collapsed. Somi's world tilted. What? They rushed her to the clinic, Auntie Rima said, breathless. They think it's stroke. Somi dropped the phone, hands shaking, and looked at Sei with panic. Sei stood up immediately. We're going. They drove to Adabirai like their hearts were chasing them. At the clinic, Somi pushed through people and found her mother on a bed, eyes half open, one side of her face slack. Mama Nene looked smaller than Somi remembered. The strong woman who once filled rooms with her voice now lay quiet, fragile. Somi fell beside the bed, tears spilling. Mama! Mama Nene's eyes shifted slowly toward Somi, recognition flickering like a weak light. Somi grabbed her mother's hand and pressed it to her face. Mama, please. Please don't leave me like this. Mama Nene tried to speak. Only a sound came out, broken, struggling. Somi sobbed harder. Mama, I'm here. I'm your daughter. I'm here. The nurse asked people to step back. Sei stayed near the door, respectfully silent. Hours later, when the clinic quieted, Somi sat alone with her mother. Mama Nene's eyes moved towards Somi again. Her lips trembled. Somi leaned closer. Mama, try. I'm listening. Mama Nene struggled, then whispered, rough, thin. S. Somi. Somi gasped, tears pouring. Yes, Mama. Mama Nene's eyes filled. Her voice shook like paper. Did he hurt you? Somi froze. All the years of fear hid in that question. No, Somi whispered quickly. He didn't. Sei is good to me. Mama Nene's eyes closed briefly, and when she opened them, something softer lived there, regret maybe. Or tiredness. Mama Nene whispered again, barely audible. I was afraid. Somi's heart cracked. I know, Mama. I know. Mama Nene's fingers squeezed Somi's weakly. I wanted you safe. Somi pressed her forehead to her mother's hand. I'm safe, Mama. A tear slid from Mama Nene's eye. Bring him. Somi lifted her head, shocked. Mama, bring him. Mama Nene repeated, voice thin. Somi ran to the door and called Sei with a broken voice. Sei, please come. Sei entered carefully, eyes respectful, shoulders tense. Mama Nene looked at him for a long time, like she was seeing him properly for the first time. Sei bowed his head. Ma. Mama Nene struggled to speak. Sei stepped closer, gently. Somi held her breath. Mama Nene whispered, take care of her. Sei's throat worked. I will, Ma. I promise. Mama Nene's eyes glistened. And forgive me. Somi covered her mouth and cried. Sei lowered himself slightly, voice thick. Ma, I've forgiven you. Mama Nene's face tightened, as if releasing a heavy burden. She turned her eyes back to Somi, and for the first time in years, Somi saw her mother's love without armor. Mama Nene whispered, come home. Somi sobbed, nodding. Yes, Mama. Yes. Mama Nene's eyes drifted closed, exhaustion taking her. But her hand still held Somi's, as if she was afraid Somi might disappear again. In that small clinic room, Somi finally understood. Some parents don't say no because they hate love. They say no because they fear pain, and fear can be louder than wisdom. Somi leaned over her mother and whispered, rest, Mama. I'm here. And when Somi looked at Sei, she saw the same stubborn love that had carried them through insult, silence, and grief. Love that didn't win by shouting, but by staying. By morning, Mama Nene was stable, though weak. Somi stayed beside her bed, feeding her small sips of water. Sei handled the clinic bills quietly, without pride. Later, when Mama Nene slept, Somi stepped outside with Sei into the bright morning air. Somi's eyes were swollen, but she was smiling. Did you hear her? Sei nodded. I did. Somi's voice broke with relief. She told me to come home. Sei held her hands tightly. You're going to have your mother again. Somi inhaled, tears falling. Happy tears, painful tears, the kind that come after a long drought. Our family said no. Sei finished softly, but our hearts refused to let go. Somi leaned into him, and for the first time in years, her love did not feel like a crime. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from.